What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here with my top 20 best albums of 2018 so far list. For those of you that are new to the channel, you'll notice that hip-hop has been excluded from this list, and that's because I do a list every year with Dead End Hip Hop, so that video should be out very soon, so keep an eye out. Also, as usual, I shouldn't have to say this, but I do. This is my list, this is not your list. So please do not get upset because my list is not the same as your list. Simply post your list down below in the comment section so we can see it and judge it and tear it apart, because that's the fun of these internet things, right? But we're here to share music, so I don't know, don't be dicks. So my list is not necessarily based on what I think is a better quality album. I'm more so basing it on what I return to the most. That's just easier for me. I'm not saying you should do it that way, but this is my list and not your list. Without further ado, let's get going. At number 20, we have Khadija Bonet with Child Queen. This is a really bizarre R&B album. Beautiful vocals with this airy R&B backdrop that has these brilliant, almost krautrock elements thrown in. It's gorgeous. At number 19, we have Serpent with Feet with Soil. Another alternative R&B album with some kind of chamber music and some sort of industrial elements thrown in. Picture Anthony and the Johnsons with not more soul, but with a different type of soul. At number 18, we have The Weeknd with My Dear Melancholy. I love just about everything that The Weeknd does, and on this, he takes it back to his classic trilogy sound and creates some infectious, dark R&B songs. At number 17, we have Spanish Love Songs with Schmaltz. This is a punk band that I discovered earlier in the year, and I was just blown away by this album. Super personal songs that really harken back to the emotional punk rock gold of the late 90s. Just great stuff. At number 16, we have Death Scepter with Black Trance. Great raw black metal that isn't breaking the mold or anything like that, but something about this kept me returning to it. There's a dark mystique that I find here that's just brilliant to me. Very reminiscent of stuff like Black Salice, so if you're into that, I think you'll be into this too. At number 15, we have Oak Pantheon with Soul. This was once a black metal band who kind of went the route of Imperium and transitioned into a full-fledged folk or neo-folk band. Very soft and melancholic folk stuff with some excellent musicianship. At number 14, we have Immortal with Northern Chaos Gods. This one came on the scene and fucked me up. This is their first album after parting with Abbott, and they proved that Immortal is not dependent upon Abbott. This is a fantastic album that's only this low on the list because I just heard it, but I can guarantee it'll be higher on the list come to the end of the year. At number 13, we have Ghost with Prequel. A lot of people dislike this album, but I sincerely think it's better than the last probably 3 albums that they've done. Great catchy songs, lots of melody, and just fantastic songwriting. Number 12, we have Vilcasis with Beyond the Mortal Gate. A lot of folks are sleeping on this one, and you need to stop because this album is killer. Pretty straightforward black metal with some awesome riffs that just keep me coming back to it. Number 11, we have Fiddlehead with Springtime and Blind. This is another album that kind of snuck up on me and slapped the shit out of me. It's a great indie rock, kind of post-hardcore album that has some great musicianship as well as some deeply personal songs that kind of revolve around the singer losing his father, and he just does an amazing job of putting his feelings into words, and it just brings this album together really, really well. At number 10, we have Panfage with Jord. Great atmospheric black metal with some fucking insane riffs. Has a distinct nature feel to it, some truly brilliant songwriting. This one actually should be higher on the list the more I think about it, but I don't feel like redoing this shit. At number 9, we have Portal with Ion. This is one of Portal's best albums, in my opinion. The same ugly, dissonant, nightmarish death metal that we've come to expect from these guys, but there's something special about this one that I haven't been able to put my finger on yet. But it's death metal exactly the way that I love death metal to be played. At number 8, we have Sangre de Merdago with Noite. And I'm sure I'm mispronouncing all of that shit, so I'm sorry. Anyways, this is brilliant dark folk from the guy behind the band Cold World. I've been a fan of the other albums, but this one is really something special. It's a beautiful record that still has this weird feeling of depression and sadness floating all through it. At number 7, we have Panopticon with The Scars of Man on the Once Nameless Wilderness. Panopticon gives us another slab of atmospheric black metal that stays a step or two ahead of its contemporaries. And it also has another side that has this beautiful mountain folk music that is just breathtaking to me. This is another album that I keep returning to, but I can't give a solid reason as to exactly why. But these are just fantastic songs in my opinion. At number 6, we have Nightingales with The Last Sunsets. This is a band that I've been in love with for years, and to see them produce such an awesome piece of melodic death metal this late in their career makes me so happy, as I don't think that enough bands are still doing this sound well. Like, this is what the new At the Gates could have been, but was not. But yeah, if you're into that classic melodic death metal sound, make sure you give this album a listen. At number 5, we have Command with their 2018 demo. This is raw, nasty, violent-sounding death metal, which I discovered last year with their 2017 demo. And this features someone from Raw Moon, so of course I jumped on the chance to listen to it, but I just could not stop returning to this demo. It's just fantastic stuff. At number 4, we have Droog with, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to give you the English translation, which is, They Often See Dreams About the Spring. These guys never disappoint, man. Folkish, atmospheric black metal with a real emphasis on solid songwriting. Like, this has stayed in my ears since the very moment that I heard it. At number 3, we have Funeral Mist with Hecatomb. Violent, hateful, unrelenting black metal with an edge. Like, there's a serious attention to detail on this album. The music is chaotic, but it's really calculated. It's hard to explain, but it's something that definitely needs to be heard. It's just insanely good black metal. At number 2, we have Natrunar with Mysterium Tremendum. Another record that I feel like people are sleeping on really hard. Like, this is fairly straightforward black metal, but it has some killer riffs. It's fast with some really good melody. The songs actually get stuck in your head fairly easily. But yeah, this is just insanely well-written black metal that if you're into black metal, you definitely need to check it out. And my number 1 album so far of the year is Sol Invictus with Necropolis. This has been a neo-folk-ish year for me. I've been listening to a lot of it, a lot of the classic stuff that I've always liked, just returning to the old shit. But it was nice to see Sol Invictus return with such a great album. This one is a bit more stripped back than a lot of Tony Wakeford's other material, but it comes together beautifully. I feel like Tony's voice has never sounded better than it does right now, and it seems that his musical arrangements are getting better and better with time. So, if you're into neo-folk, give this one a listen. And that's going to do it for this list. Be sure to leave your list in the comment section down there. Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. Maybe I've missed some stuff that you caught. Maybe I caught some stuff that you missed. So that's the whole point of doing these things. So yeah, as usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? Peace out, boy.